Hi, first grade readers. This is week 4 or 5 of distance learning. I've lost track, but we are plugging along here. We're going to do another mystery science today on camouflage. Camouflage is hiding or disguising yourself with other objects. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to do a mystery science, and then I'll tell you a couple things that you can do to go along with this mystery science. All right, here we go.
Okay. Right here, it's a chameleon.
Uh-oh, it didn't start at the beginning.
That it's
Stop. Let me start it at the beginning. Okay.
Hi, it's Doug. Last time, I was telling you about this little fellow right here. It's a chameleon. I was telling you that it's almost as if some animals, like a chameleon, have superpowers. Watch again how amazing a chameleon is with its tongue. Whoa. We've seen how animals can have some amazing parts they use in order to find food. But there's a lot more to the life of an animal than just finding food. And so if you look hard enough, you might notice some other abilities animals have that are kind of like superpowers. Like this one. There's an animal here. Do you see it? I'll give you a hint. It's a bird. I'll show you where it is in 3, 2, 1. Here it is. It's an owl. It has its eyes closed. Now, that took you a second to find it, didn't it? Owls aren't the only animal that can be hard to find. You want to try some more? Okay, see if you can spot the animal here.
Okay, the animal is right here if you can't see it. That is a tiger. Can you spot the animal here? I'll give you a couple seconds. It's right here, and it's a grasshopper. Okay, it's right here, and it's a frog or a toad. And last one, all these animals are different, but what do they have in common? What having in common means is that they have the same, they can do something of the same thing. They have something, they all have something.
What did all these animals have in common? Well, look, remember where they live? They all look like their habitat or the place where they live. See? Like the owl has feathers that are colored just like its habitat, the trees that it lives in. And the tiger has fur that's colored just like the leaves and the branches that it hides in. The branches even kind of look like stripes, just like the tiger has. So the tiger looks like the place where it lives. The katydid is green, which is the same color as the leaves that it lives on. And this frog has skin that's colored just like where it lives, these brown leaves. There's a name for this. You might know it. When an animal looks a lot like where it lives, we say the animal is camouflaged. That's a big word, and it's interesting. Say it slowly along with me. It's camouflage. Camouflage.
3 syllables.
It's a word that comes from French, and it means to hide or disguise. When most people think of camouflage and animals, they think of this animal, the chameleon. Do you see it there? The reason people think of chameleons when they think of camouflage is because chameleons have something extra cool about them that they can do. Not only are chameleons camouflaged, but they can actually change their color. You see this one on the right? This is a sped up video of a chameleon changing its color. Now, some people assume that chameleons can change to be any color they want to be, and that's not quite true. Most chameleons can only change from being light green to darker brown like this. But you can see that either way, chameleons are very good at being camouflaged or looking like where they live. Now, maybe the most amazing animal at camouflaging is this, the octopus. The octopus really can almost look like anything it wants to. Watch what it does right here. Wow. Only very few animals can actually change their color the way this octopus or a chameleon can. Many animals can't change their color at all. They're just born camouflaged. Like this rabbit hiding in the grass. It's camouflaged. Its fur is brown, which matches the color of the dead grass where it lives. But it's just born this way. It doesn't change its fur's color. Here's a different kind of rabbit. This is called the Arctic hare. It's a type of rabbit that lives in the far north. And you'll notice how it's born with fur that's as white as snow, so it matches where it lives. Or take a look at these. They're insects on a tree. Do you see them here? They're called moths, which are very similar to butterflies. Here's another picture of camouflaged moths. They look just like the tree trunk that they're on. So many different kinds of animals are camouflaged. Their color matches the place they live, and that makes them hard to see. But why? Why do you think this is? Why are so many animals camouflaged? Like, what do you think would happen if these animals weren't camouflaged? Take these moths on the tree. What if they weren't brown? What if they were white or something instead? Now that they're not camouflaged, what do you think would happen to them?
Give me a few minutes to think about that.
In today's activity, you're going to find paper moths that are hiding on a...
Oh, we're going to skip that activity.
Get a handout.
Okay, so we're not going to do the activity
Now
because I
you're going to
wasn't
cut out your
able
moth.
to get everybody the materials that we needed. So we're going to stop that right there. I'm going to go forward.
Now have someone look for the hidden moths.
Okay.
When you're done with
the next video. Okay. So your assignment for writing is to talk about why are polar bears white. So we're going to watch the video.
So a polar bear doesn't have any predators. It doesn't have to hide from being eaten because there's nothing that eats it. But that's not the only reason it might be helpful for an animal to hide. For a predator animal like a fox or a polar bear or an owl, it's great to be camouflaged too, not because they have to worry about being eaten, but instead so that they can sneak up on their prey. Watch this Arctic fox, which has camouflage fur that's white as the snow around it. Watch how it sneaks up on its prey, in this case, a tiny mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's got it. Wow. So, in summary, many animals look similar to where they live. We call that camouflage. A few animals can actually change their color, but most camouflaged animals are just born looking that way. Being camouflaged is helpful because for a prey animal, camouflage helps them to hide, to try to not get eaten. But even many predator animals are camouflaged in order to hide from their prey, the animal they want to eat. That's helpful to them so that they can sneak up on their prey. Polar bears are a great example of this. This is why polar bears are white, so that they can sneak up on their prey. Go out and try to find some camouflaged animals near where you live. One trick is to hold very still and watch for movement in leaves and in trees. You might find one. Like here. Do you see an animal? Watch for something moving. You see it right there? There's something moving. Oh, it's a camouflage deer. Wow. Now, this is in the woods, but I live in a city, and even I can find some examples. I sometimes look at plants and leaves around my neighborhood. See anything moving here? There it is. It's an insect called a praying mantis. You can look on the ground too, like in the grass or dead leaves. See anything here? Look for movement. Oh, right there. It's a camouflaged toad. Animals that are really well camouflaged are the hardest ones to find because they look just like where they live. But if you use these tricks, you might have some luck. Have fun and stay curious.
Okay, so in your packet, if you go and get one, there is a worksheet that goes along with this. You have to match the animals to their habitat. There's also a hidden, what did I put on here? A PowerPoint, hidden animals PowerPoint. So I'd like you to go on and look at the PowerPoint. In each slide, you have to write down what animal or object you see in the habitat, and then send a picture of your answers on Class Dojo to your teacher. There's also a camouflage video that you can go on Brain Pop Junior and watch, and there's a short quiz that you can take once that video is done. So also send us your percentage on the quiz that you took. I hope everybody has a great week, and see you next week.